So it's not selfish to put yourself first.
No, it's self-full.
It's self-full.
It's self-full to be first, to be as good as possible to you, to take care of you, to keep you whole and healthy. That doesn't mean that you disregard everything and everyone, but you want to come with your cup full. You know, my cup runneth over.
Yeah.
What comes out of the cup is for y'all. What's in the cup is mine. But I got to keep my cup full.
Rabbi, I wonder your response on that. The importance of, she's effectively saying it's important to always put yourself first in life, because otherwise you'll end up feeling, you know, repressing all kinds of emotions.
Imagine if we didn't repress all kinds of emotions. There would be no human race left. It's a pathetic statement, and it's double talk. It's nonsense. If I fill myself with me, then what comes out will be for you. No, it won't. It's so ridiculous. I don't even know where to begin. The more selfish I am, the better I will be to you. No, you won't. It's sheer nonsense. I will be kind to you if I am totally selfish and devoted to myself. I don't know. These are intelligent people babbling nonsense.
This is the conventional wisdom today, and often I hear, I have to, in fairness to this person, I know nothing about her, but I often will see people saying this, and it's usually more so women, because they've spent so much of their lives maybe putting themselves second. So they're thinking, now I have to be extra, confident in saying, I need to take care of my needs first before going to my natural default of being in a giving state.
The argument goes, if I love myself more, then I am capable of loving you more. But if I don't love myself, how can I love you? Sounds nice? Yeah. So I have to devote myself to love myself more, and then I will love you more. Self-love is what keeps you from loving others. You can't be going in two directions at the same time. If you're being introverted, it'll help you become extroverted. The mistake is people who don't love themselves don't love anybody. Is that true? Yes.
Yeah.
Because people who don't love themselves are too busy with themselves. So there's a flaw in the thinking that a person who doesn't love himself doesn't love himself. And that's not true. People who don't love themselves a lot. And that's why they can't love anybody else. So if I feel bad about myself, I'm not in the mood to love you. And if I feel good about myself, I'm definitely not in the mood to love you. You should love me. Because I'm great. So this is really where the mistake happens. People who don't like themselves are totally busy with themselves, only in the inverted way. People who love themselves are totally busy with themselves. So whether you love yourself or not, you're not going to love anybody else unless you believe in loving others. Everyone is capable of love. If you're not giving it to yourself, well, then give it to somebody else. And if you do love yourself, give some of it away. But I think this is really, we've come down to such basic issues like, what's a woman? We're so confused that we really have to deal with absolute basic facts of life. The basic facts of life is this: you don't exist for you. Life does not mean having. Life means giving. You have only a little, then give a little. Don't try to get more with the intention of giving more. Doesn't work that way. Life begins when you stop thinking of yourself. Who thinks of themselves? People who love themselves and people who hate themselves think about themselves. So to say, I have to have, wrong. You don't have to have anything. You have to give. That's the only thing that makes any sense, that justifies existence, that is called living. Living means giving. Having, you're just choking on stuff. So we really have to get down to kindergarten stuff, kindergarten concepts. Who's alive? The guy who has everything? No, he hasn't started to live yet. He's planning on it. As soon as I have everything I need, I will become so generous. No, you won't. No, you won't. There are 5 people in the world, just picking a number, 5 people in the world who can put an end to hunger with their own money. They have enough money to end hunger in the entire world. Are they doing it? No. Why? They need more before they can do it. Having doesn't make you a good person. And it is not a sign that you are good. It's a sign that you haven't started living yet. The Rebbe would say to his organizational leaders, to all the Chabad houses all over the world, if you're not in debt, something is wrong. If you won't spend a penny unless you have the penny, you're not doing your job. And that's true on personal level also. If you're not a little in debt, in other words, you don't have time for yourself, then you're not doing it right. If you're available to others only when you have spare time, you're not a nice person.
I think the key part is also that it's so much happier this way. I remember you did a video on JTV about a year ago about self-consciousness and that becoming so anxious with how you're being perceived by others and being so basically just obsessed with oneself, just letting go of that. And I really try that on a practical level, especially when I'm at social events or, speaking with people, and maybe I'm thinking a little bit of how am I coming across? How am I being, just dropping that annoying voice. It's so, just drags you down. And like, it's okay to have an awkward silence. Like it's not the end of the world. Like just getting out of yourself a little bit. It's so much happier. It's so much more liberating.
And it's come to a point where it's so much healthier. You really need to get off those anti-anxiety pills. I don't mean you. I mean everybody. Why is everybody on pills?
Yeah.
For all sorts of reasons. Why is the big pharma so big? We shouldn't need pills for every occasion. But it's because of the obsession with self.
Yeah.
And
Rabbi,
this
do you have time
quote,
Go for it.
yeah, this clip you just played just encourages it more. More self-obsession.
Yeah.
And then you'll be on more pills.